Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Poetry Podcast, the podcast for short story and poetry lovers the world over. For this month's episode of the Poetry Podcast, I've decided to look at Rose Schneiderman. Rose Schneiderman, born in 1882, died in 1972, was a Jewish immigrant from Poland and a labor union leader of the early women's movement. Schneiderman fought to improve women's working conditions and gain universal suffrage. In the early 1900s, many New York City factories operated without fire escapes or locked exit doors to prevent workers from stealing their goods. In the Triangle Shirtwaist Factory fire in 1911, 146 garment workers burned alive or died jumping from the 9th floor of the building. At a memorial in protest, Schneiderman spoke of the community's responsibility to support the working class. She said, "I would be a traitor to these poor burned bodies if I came here to talk good fellowship. We have tried you good people of the public, and we have found you wanting." She closed her speech by saying, "I can't talk good fellowship to you who are gathered here. Too much blood has been spilled. I know from my experience it is up to the working class to save themselves. The only way they can save themselves is by a strong working class movement." Rose Schneiderman originated the phrase bread and roses in a speech advocating for women to receive the right to vote. She said, "What the woman who labors wants is the right to live, not simply exist. The right to life as the rich woman has the right to life, and the sun, and music, and art. You have nothing that the humblest worker has not a right to have also. The worker must have bread, but she must have roses too." The phrase would go on to inspire a poem by James Oppenheim and one of the most famous songs in American history. Now I'll read for you Bread and Roses by John Oppenheim in honor of Rose Schneiderman. As we go marching, marching in the beauty of the day, 1,000,000 darkened kitchens, 1,000 mill lofts gray are touched with all the radiance that a sudden sun discloses. For the people hear us singing, bread and roses, bread and roses. As we go marching, marching, we battle too for men, for they are women's children, and we mother them again. Our lives shall not be sweated from birth until life closes. Hearts starve as well as bodies. Give us bread, but give us roses. As we go marching, marching, unnumbered women dead go crying through our singing their ancient call for bread. Small art and love and beauty, their drudging spirits new. Yes, it is bread we fight for, but we fight for roses too. As we go marching, marching, we bring the greater days. The rising of the women means the rising of the race. No more the drudge and idler, 10 that toil where one reposes, but a sharing of life's glories, bread and roses, bread and roses. Our lives shall not be sweated from birth until life closes. Hearts starve as well as bodies. Bread and roses, bread and roses. Thank you so much for listening to this month's episode of the Poetry Podcast. The Poetry Podcast is brought to you by Imposter Productions. If you'd like to learn more about the Poetry Podcast, please visit us at thepoetrypodcast.com, or if you'd like to learn more about Imposter Productions, please visit us at our website, imposterproductions.com. Thank you.